Alrighty then. Hello. Greetings and oh wait, no, I'm gone. Oh no, where have I gone? Oh, my beautiful face. Ah, boom, there it is. Hi. I'm just not sharing it with you guys. I guess my needy players. I can't go anywhere without them. It's like, you know, freaking toddlers on a freaking leash. Hi guys and welcome. My name is Michael. I'm the Dynasty Gamer. These are my wonderful players, and welcome to Pathfinder Gatewalkers, our Pathfinder 2nd Edition adventure featuring these wonderful and amazing content creators and players and Patreons and all these people. Look at them. How amazing are they? Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hello, folks at home.
Yay. It's so good to see you, and it's so good to see so many familiar faces in chat right now, which is always amazing because this is one of those weird time slots that we have, but I'm always really happy to see everyone here and having a freaking spectacular time. You know, it's really nice to be here on a table that hasn't TPK'd. It's really wonderful. It's a good feeling. It's a wonderful feeling, amazing feeling. Oh, Neil. We love you, Neil. As you're gonna live through this, you know, you're gonna live through this like.
Oh, I know.
At least another week.
This is never getting let down.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
It will, but just at least another week. You gotta give me that. Anyway, so guys, for those of you who
make a new character for the new game and die immediately.
I swear to God, Neil. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, my name is Welcome to the Dynasty Gamer. We are playing a TTRPG, a tabletop role-playing game in which I take on the role of the game master, arbiter of the rules, teller of stories, player of all the characters, good, evil, and in between, and doler out of consequences for my players' actions. My players take on the role of the titular heroes, quote-unquote, of said adventure as they embark on the story and try to unearth and uncover the various mysteries and defeat the challenges that lay before them. This game requires 20-sided dice. We play, we do stuff. Look, honestly, there are so many rules involved. It is super just easy for you guys to just ask me questions if you have any questions pertaining to the game system, and we'll answer them as we go. Now, before we kick off, we have a few people to thank. First of all, I want to take a moment to thank our amazing sponsors. Guys, we have sponsors. We have people who we thank for every single one of these shows. And it starts off with none other than our dear friends over at Hero Forge for the wonderful artworks that you can see on stream here. All these different tokens that you can see are made using this incredible 3D model making software that allows you to help bring to life and visualize your own D&D TTRPG characters and get them 3D printed. Look at that. How amazing. Ooh. You can get these done in color prints or premium plastic. You can have the STL files if you are a 3D printer yourself, or hey, if you're into the 2D standees, they're also available. But more importantly, if you subscribe to the Hero Forge subscription service, you get access to not only the token builder, which you can use to make tokens for your VTTs, but also early access to a ton of the new materials as they come in, and there are always new materials that are out and available at all times. So yeah, go check out Hero Forge. Then we have, following which, our lovely friends over at Sirenscape who help immerse my story with amazing and wonderful sound effects. We have the new sound set that has come for the new Vecna book, Vecna Eve of Ruin. We have sound effects such as one-shot kill skeleton. I don't know what that's going to sound like, but we're about to find out together. Oh, there you go. So it's a one-shot kill skeleton. Okay, cool.
That almost like it's something to use on Arsene.
Oh,
yeah, very important.
I was going to say, is that what Arsene sounded like?
Oh, absolutely. So Arsene walks into a bar. Arsene opens a random door. Arsene
Can we get a jinx point against Dag?
No. Arsene tries to eat a small cupcake. Oh, terrible. Okay. There's also finding treasure. Seems pretty finding treasury. I like this one. I like this one.
I thought you were going to play the sound effect for the skeleton again. Finding treasure.
No. And also spells such as...
Opening the box.
Ooh. Spells such as shield.
Did we open another treasure?
Do we open another treasure?
Maybe. Could be another treasure. All right, these and so much more are available for you guys to have a lot of fun with and really help immerse your characters in the games that we play. So all the sounds you hear on our show are done with Sirenscape, so go check those guys out as well. And lastly, Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice. Behold, all the VTT stuff. Everything you see here is done via Fantasy Grounds, and of course, the myriad of wonderful map makers that provide us with materials for us to use. This map here is the Old Forest Road by our friends over at Neutral Party. So if you want a large collection, I mean a large, like I'm saying like 40, 50 gigabytes of materials. Neutral Party has an amazing collection, as does 2-Minute Tabletop. If you're looking for something a lot more like detailed and 3D renderish, Eightfold Paper is a great one as well. And our dear friend North of Dusk Games is the guy who I hire to do a ton of stuff for our Dragon Kitchen things as well. So those are the names there. Ta-da! Yeah. Okay. Sponsors out of the way. Oh yes, also guys, Crit Awards. It's the last few days before the Crit Award nominations are going to be closed. So if you want to help Daggerino walk away with another award this year for Best Paizo GM, then do us a favor. Hey, go sign up, make like 15 different email accounts, and then like flood their nomination. I don't know. No, don't do that. You can't do that. Just don't do that. Please. No, it's fine. Anyway. So yes, if you want to nominate Dag for Best Paizo GM of 2024, I know what year it is, then yeah, follow the little link here we have here. It is also a great way to celebrate other content creators that you are that you want to see receive recognition in the industry for their work, whether it's art, whether it's dice making. There's a whole bunch of different categories there. So yeah, go check that out as well. Our friend Mac here is also trying to go for one of the art awards. So if you want to help out McBluff, there's that too. And our friends over at Careful Cantrip as well, we're trying to go for things like Best Series, and Raina's definitely trying to get Best Overlay again. Although last year it was the Cantrip cast that it was someone else who won it, and she's just jealous. It's fine. Anyway, cool. That's it for me in terms of sponsors, guys. Let's turn it. Yes, Mac, can I help you?
I'm sorry, no. Okay, I was supposed to stop by my phone and ask, but I'm sorry. Okay. You sounded so disappointed. I'm sorry.
I'm not. I was trying to keep a pace. But it's
okay,
fine.
Keep the pace.
Well, you've taken up the time now. You may as well ask a question.
Yeah. No.
Okay,
No.
Mac, you kind of have to now.
Look, I didn't put you in that corner.
All right.
OG just did.
Thanks, OG. So, do you think the best way to get Rob to start playing Pathfinder so that he specifically starts running against you for crit awards as a Kiwi going against an Aussie?
Why do you think he started playing Pathfinder?
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it comes down to. Coming from my crown. Won't happen. Yeah. No. Actually, fun fact, on the 8th of June, I will be running Rob through a level 20 plus Pathfinder game. So stay tuned.
Oh, that's finally happening. Oh my goodness.
Yes, that game. We're still working on the advertising and stuff like that, but this is a soft announcement for it. Yes, me and Rob are we have a date set. It is the 8th of June, and it will be 100% it'll be a whole thing, because it's a level 20 mythic 10 character that Rob is doing, which is the most powerful character you can get in the Pathfinder game, so we'll see how we go. But I'm pretty proud of the way the game works, and we'll just see how much Rob will destroy it. Okay, now, guys, let's turn it now to the most important people here on my channel, and that is my wonderful and amazing and incredible Patreons who make up the characters that we love and adore here on the channel, starting with none other than our dear friend, OG Lava Kitten, playing Lushara.
Hello, I'm playing Lushara, the blue-haired elven witch, and her companion Magnus, and Monty, who's still just in her jacket. He likes it there; it's warm. But yeah, we're on this adventure with this group, and she's, sometimes questioning how she got here, but she's here, and she's gonna make the best of it.
Brilliant. Next up, of course, playing the role of Bilrutar, the dwarven barbarian. We have none other than Schoolii.
Hello. So yes, the very gruff personality that is Bill Rotar, who, let's face it, he tries to be a shield wall for everyone. It doesn't always work.
Yeah, fair. Doesn't all the time. Next, playing the role of our skeletal sorcerer Arsini is our dear friend Neil.
Hello, very joyous Arseni here. Loves to bard. Isn't one, but he loves music. And he's trying to figure out who or what turned him into a skeleton because he used to be human. So, yeah.
Brilliant. Now, unfortunately, our friend Jen is feeling a little bit under the weather today. So, otherwise, our player Jen, who is in chat, hi Jen, would be playing the role of Aelith, the Elven Ranger. Following which we have, of course, McBluff playing our friend Viv.
Hi, Jack. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you.
Yeah, so Viv is a very rambunctious character who likes to focus all of their thought patterns around games and stories, and much like the Dag made this comparison a while back, like the Collector from Owl House, where every piece of their philosophy is just, could I make a game out of this? And so far, it's involved a lot of blood, but sometimes games involve that.
They do. They do.
Thank you. Thank you for the pantomime, OG. Thank you for the pantomime.
And last but certainly not least, playing the role of our dear friend Elink is our dear friend Nick.
Good morning and or evening, everyone. Coming here from the beautiful land of Rubibi. And I am playing Elink, who is a coined dwelf and a druid. I really just want to join the Pathfinder Society. They seem really rad. So that's why Elink's here. Get some of those sweet brownie points.
Sweet brownie points. All right. Well, with our group now geared up and ready to go, we have only one last person to thank, and that is you guys in chat. Guys, thank you so much for being here and being a part of each and every one of my shows. I know that, of course, there are millions of things that we can be doing every weekend, but to have so many people coming and going on my channel is truly a blessing. And as such, through my own appreciation, I invite you to come behind the GM screen in order to help us play and run the game for our players here. First of all, just by watching the show and earning channel points, you can use them to redeem a bunch of rewards, including insight bonuses, inspiration, wandering monsters, divine interventions, and many, many more. Subscribers, you get stuff for even faster. So there you go. That's the thing. It happens. Boom. Then, of course, for those of you who have a little bit of extra disposable income who want to help Dag continue eating solid food, there is, of course, the way that you can support towards Dag's monthly expenses. There it is, down there. First of all, for $5 dues, you can provide either a red token to my players, which are hero points, or a purple mark for me, which is a jinx point. Hero points can be used for my players to stave off death, petition the GM from stuff that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. Jinx points can be used to counteract hero points, to have my bad guys roll with advantage, or make a situation slightly more complex. For $10, I will draw from one of two decks of cards I have in front of me. Your choice of either a heroic action deck where a player will get a random card, a player of your choice will get a random card, which will provide them with a free, powerful ability that they'll be able to use at a time of their choosing. Alternatively, our heroes will, you will get to choose one, well, I will draw 3 cards, and you will get to pick one of them, which is a plot twist. And these plot twists are, of course, the twistiest of plots, which can change the scope of the game, can make things really different, can shift up what we believe about the NPCs. There's just a ton of really, really cool stuff here. Though I might be in trouble because I may or may not have mixed up my flashback cards with my... I have. And you know what? Just for the sake of it...
That's the ultimate plot twist. That is the ultimate plot twist.
That's
just
what
run
we're
with
gonna
it.
do. Because I'm
yeah,
here
just
now.
run with it.
I'm here now, and there's no way that I'm not gonna do this. I'm just gonna figure this out. I'm gonna shuffle my flashback cards with my plot twist cards. So now I have a flashback plot twist deck. So if you donate $10, who knows what'll happen? We might get a flashback. We might get a plot twist. We might develop backstory. Who the frick knows? I don't anymore. Anyway, thank you, Cass. For $20, you can give someone the coveted golden natural 20, which counts as a natural 20, because why roll a natural 20 when you can just fucking have one? For $50, you can provide a player of your choice a magic item. This could be a homebrew magic item that you design, an item from my player's wish list, or I can create a set unique item for my player that they will be able to work towards and beat and grow with. So yay, there's that too. And then last but certainly not least, we have, of course, the $50, sorry, not last, sorry, there's also the $50 boss buff. Whereas if you think a challenge is not hard enough, $50, I'll bump it up. I'll make the boss harder. I'll throw lava at them. I'll, all of a sudden throw some sort of small animal in peril. I'll up the stakes in so many different ways. It'll make your head spin. That's what boss buffing does, and that's what we get. Then we have our last donation, which is, of course, the $100 secret menu item, which is a secret menu item that just simply, boom, provides a massive plot-altering, plot-twisting, changing thing that occurs. Every single one of my tables gets one of these, and pretty much we only talk about it at the start of the game, because it's a $100 donation, and it's one of those, like, massive, massive, big kind of things. So, for the $100 secret menu item, should my players receive this $100 secret menu item, our heroes will encounter an NPC who will reveal a traitor in the midst of our party. For $100, an NPC will show up to reveal a secret traitor among the members of our team. Now, this isn't the only thing that'll happen. Firstly, the person who donates will get to decide who this NPC is, and you will also get to decide at what cost will this information come. You will get to basically design either a quest or something they have to sacrifice. You will get to decide what it is this NPC is going to give for that information. And live on chat, whoever is donated that, you will get to decide the parameters of that conversation too. So you will get to basically be invited to the table to play, albeit via chat. So there you go. So yeah, that's our $100 secret menu item.
Why are we all dogging on Arsenia immediately? It doesn't have like it's fucking Arsenia, isn't it? It's all intentional.
It's always Neil.
It's not even
He never
Arsenius,
means for it to
Neil.
happen, so it can't be Neil.
He wants to eat our bones.
It's true. But you know what's really
kind
funny?
about it. He's
You know what's really
polite.
funny? But that's all the more reason why it might be Neil. Because what better way to trick all of you than to make it the person who I obviously just continually rag on?
I mean, it just doesn't seem worth the $100, so I wouldn't recommend anyone do it. Definitely don't do it.
Oh no, we're losing Elink. Oh, what a shame.
Oh no, the connection's going
I mean,
out.
absolutely, donate $100. Don't make any
Elink is the one. Like,
all right.
Elink's like, I need to become a
You do have that donation process,
turn on
Doug.
these
Two
people.
traders.
We do. All right, we do have a $5 donation coming from our dear friend Christina, who has donated a hero point to our friend Elink.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice.
Boom, there it is.
Oh, appreciate it. I now have one.
And let me just check
Thank you,
if we have
Christina.
any pre-show ones. No
We do
pre-show
not.
ones. All right, no pre-show ones. All right, so thank you, of course, Christina, for your ongoing support. Your love and your charity is never unappreciated. Also, Ben and Papers, I see you. Beautiful German bastard. I love you. All right, welcome. I hope whatever you are doing it in good health and you are enjoying yourself. Can we get a shout out for Ben and Paper? Ben and Paper, a fun variety talk show host, gamer, avid lover of all things RPG, and dear friend of myself and our friends over at Orkenspalter TV. So yes, Admittedly, while his community is amazing and very welcoming of English-speaking communities, if you do speak German, it'll make your life a lot easier if you're over on his channel. But you can just follow him anyway. Just, it doesn't hurt. Anyway. All right. What's he doing? Role-playing. That's right. All right. Without any further ado, when last we left our heroes, a group of multiple individuals 8 months ago found themselves lured through these strange stone arches. Gates later identified as portals from the elven kingdoms known as the Aedara. After entering the portal, drawn in by visions of that which they desired most, our heroes disappeared for 8 months, returning to Galarian with no idea of where they had been or what had transpired in that time since they were gone. All that remained was a strange tattoo on their bodies, as well as some oddities, small changes. Our heroes found comfort in a man by the name of Professor Edward Rittleson, an individual who had been studying the phenomena known as the missing moments, and had guided our heroes to the Sevenarches city on the southern end of the River Kingdoms, where they had begun their research to try and learn more about the Aedara. Sevenarches, of course, named thus for 7 arches, which were indeed Aedara themselves. After our heroes landed, making a bit of a mess here and there around town, learning of an evil coup d'etat that was underway by the rebels of the Oak Stewards, our heroes managed to stop this rebel cult from unleashing a deadly curse that would kill pretty much everyone, and managed to learn information pertaining to the Aedara. More specifically, that a key that would otherwise activate the Aedara, known as the Shade Wither Key, is currently in the possession of a man by the name of Kaneepo, an ally to the leader of the cult. The Oak Stewards that protect these lands tasked our heroes with going and finding out what they can about Kaneepo and trying to retrieve the Shade Wither Key, lest its power be used for ill gain. So our heroes began researching at a local library, heading out and investigating the sites where several agents of Kaneepo had attacked local farmers and the like. And our heroes, now en route to go and speak with the people in the farmlands surrounding what was known as the Thinland. Our heroes ambushed a bar guest, which they managed to kill and find its poor sodden victim, but not before something began to move towards them, lurking in the dark. And it is here we continue our adventure, as from beneath the shadows, movement begins to make their way towards you. A humanoid creature starts to move in the underbrush, barely visible under the shadows of the canopies. Our heroes, some of which are standing at the edge of this open field, but Bilratar and I believe one other who's...
Aelith.
Aelith, yeah. Are standing in the middle of this field.
You described it last time as though we were on the tree's edge in the last bit of
Yeah, but you're over
shrubbery.
the fence and...
Yeah, we're over the fence. Yeah. Not out in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Arsene quickly puts his hat on to look human again.
Why do you take your hat off, Neil?
Yeah.
Because, I don't know.
When did you take your hat off? Please describe to me at what point before this very moment did you deactivate your helm of disguise?
Apparently I wasn't wearing it when we were attacked by the monk, so...
Yeah, and then you put it on straight away. Remember when you assembled yourself? You
Well.
said I put it on and I grow my face. So between
Well, it
there
was
and
more
here,
it was force put on him, to be fair.
I'll make you pay for
I
this.
see this is going to be a thing. The party
Yeah.
members turn around and be like, "Why is the hat off again? Put it back
Yeah,
on."
why is it off? Do not take it off.
Well, I did get a funny
Hey.
feeling it's going to become a running thing where he takes it off to fan himself with the hat now.
It's taking
Yeah, it's
newspaper
like
and just start whacking him with it.
It's like trying to get a child ready for school. She's like, "Why are your shoes off? I just put your shoes on. Why are your shoes off again?"
Yep, exactly. It
Hmm.
fell off when he got hit. There you go. Christina said, when you got hit by the bar guest, it fell off you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we need to strap that hat on.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah. Yeah, I believe we had Bill was effectively crouched ready to pounce at this thing if it approached us all. So that's where
Okay.
Bill is.
Anyone else preparing anything?
We're still doing a sneak.
Yep. Sneaky sneak.
Sneak.
Was the rest of the party alerted to this, or is it just loud enough rustling now that we're all
You are
aware?
somewhat alerted to it.
Sure.
Everyone is.
Okay? I think I'm just gonna. Lushara's just gonna back off a little because we just fought a scary monster, and sounds like another one's coming. she's just gonna move back a little bit. That's all.
I mean, Ellink's afraid of nothing. Who's in the shadows?
As you call out, a figure steps out from the shadows. What appears to be a woman with antlers? She sees you and approaches cautiously.
Identify yourself, please.
I am Abelina Choi. I am the older woman of the farmlands nearby. I saw
Hey,
you slay the
Abelina
bar
Choi.
guest. The creature has been tormenting these farmlands for some time. Is the creature truly dead?
I believe so. And then Lushara will look at Elink like, right, it's dead.
I'm like looking at Lashara like, yeah? I'm sure.
I mean, we killed it. I don't think it's coming back.
As you look around to go and investigate the site where the body was, sure enough, the body is now missing. A trail of blood leads in the opposite direction to where you had headed. You could see the bloody claw prints sort of leaping, taking bounds as it made its way, fleeing from the scene.
Okay, it doesn't appear to be dead. In fact, it appears very much to be alive. Sorry, it's not dead.
Blasted.
Probably just mortally wounded.
Well, I certainly hope so. It is not the only creature that has attacked these lands, for we have been in fear of the shadows for many weeks now.
You don't say. Tell us more.
Hounds with eyes like night have attacked any who traveled this road. The Bargas came and it was almost a relief, till it too started feasting on the travelers.
Apparently, this
Sorry.
one has intellect. It
Did
was
you say
talking.
clowns?
No.
No, okay. I heard clowns, and I was like,
No,
okay, this got suddenly.
that's a different game, a different table.
Yeah.
When did this start up that exactly that it seemed more of this was happening? Recent? A while ago?
It has been just over a month. But now here is not the safest of places to speak of this. Come, the village is not far from here. It lays upon the eastern edge of the wildwoods, sharing a border with Taman. Very few monsters attack us within the sanctity of our homes.
Very well, please lead on.
She begins to lead you towards her village. As you do so, you notice that peculiarly the environment around you starts to lose its color, starts to become dark, blackened. An ill air sits over everything.
Has it always been like this?
says-
Shadowy.
Yes. The darkness has clutched these lands for hundreds of years. We grow what we can. Even in the dark, we make what we can work. As she takes you to the farmland, she leads you through the town, where the townsfolk seem very dour, but are reasonably welcoming. I have a few matters to attend to. There's a small tavern not too far from here. Simply go there. It does not have a sign, but you'll be able to smell the food and drink from within. Tell them that Abelina Choi sent you, and they will ensure that you receive a warm welcome. Well, a welcome.
And with that, Bill's already walking. He heard tavern, drink, Bill's off.
Appreciated, Evelina. If we might, what is your goal here? You seem to be helping us. Are you hoping that maybe we are going to take care of some problem for you?
You watch as her eyes change ever so slightly. And she says, "No, my heavens, no. But those who are not cautious find themselves never leaving these woods. I have no intention to see more dead."
Thank you very much.
Did you know the lady that was lost in the woods recently? This is Mac forgetting. There was a woman first that was
Yes.
killed in the woods. That was one of the yeah.
Ah, yes. Poor lass. She used to frequent our village. She would often sell herbs to and from the city. It was a great loss.
I'm sorry.
It's quite all right. She was actually married to someone within the town, the tavern keeper, in fact.
Do you think they'll be okay with us asking questions, or?
I'm sure it would do you no harm to ask. But
Okay.
Larry is not the most talkative of individuals.
Okay.
Since we don't probably want to disturb him about that, can you tell us? We're here because we heard stories about the Thin Man, Kaneepo. We're here to learn more about this creature that's said to plague this area.
She seems to be a little taken aback. Make a perception check. Oh, sorry, a diplomacy check.
21.
All right. With a 21, you speak of the Thin Man.
Yes, exactly. We're here to learn more about him.
The forests around here are filled with creatures that serve the Thin Man. We have a long history of those who simply are spirited away into the forest, many claimed by the axe of the malicious Fae. But we, here in this town, hold dear to the legend of Kaneepo the Slim. We tell children to not travel at night. We tell the adults to stay by the roads. And most importantly, at night, we tell everyone to stay indoors, turn off all the lights, and to keep as quiet as possible.
Interesting. You do
That's
this every night?
Yes.
It's a pretty bleak existence. Is there anything else you do to appease this Kaneepo?
There is no appeasing Kaneepo. His grudge with our kind is long and deeply rooted in these lands. But I do not have time, sadly, to regale you on such tales. She bows to you before she excuses herself. And again, she seems to be very odd. Almost weary as she moves her way through town.
I imagine we're going to be finding a lot of people that seem as tired as she does.
It looks like she really needs some sleep.
You know who also could use some sleep?
Hmm.
Us. We deserve sleep. We deserve nice things. Let's find that tavern.
Nice things.
Oh, I think Bill's already on the way, and Lushara will chase after him.
Follow Bill.
Oh no, Bill left us.
All right. Let me see if I have. Let me just see if I've got my map here real quick. Okay, I do not. But bear with me for 2 shakes.
So I'm a bit disturbed by this whole Kaneepo having a long enmity with the people of the village.
Yeah, I don't know why they haven't fled this area. I wonder if they're trapped.
Or they just don't want to leave home. I could understand that too. They've lived their whole lives here, they just can't get up and leave.
Yeah, what's a few children here and there?
I mean, they might
I
have
mean,
ways
it's been
to-
hundreds of years. I would have assumed that somebody would want to raise their children in a safe place where they don't have to teach them how to hide in fear all the time.
Yeah, not living in the dark.
True.
Sometimes people can do silly things when they're scared, or when they really care about something. You know?
That's actually really smart, Viv. What do they really care about?
Well, something's holding the people here to this town. I don't know if they're afraid to leave. That's more terrifying than staying, or something else.
Maybe it's just because it's where their families are from.
Maybe.
It can be difficult to leave family behind.
Well, I would encourage my family to come with. But
We could always find out more about that.
we probably shouldn't ask the tavern owner, though, since he just recently lost his wife.
Yeah.
So, Dag, just note Jen said in chat that Aelith would be sticking to the back of the group.
Perfect. All right. So, as you eventually catch up to Bilratar, you find yourself on the borders of the town, between a row of boisterous and rather loud-looking establishments, likely just sort of family homes, the Woodcutters Guild and other things. Seems to be a small, struggling establishment. It looks very run down, the gutters barely hanging on. Yep, let me deal with the music levels. Hold on. Alright, how's that? Is that better? Too loud still? I can lower it a little bit.
Oh, good on our end, I think.
B-Town says it's good on their side, so.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna adjust ever so slightly. Cool.
Yes,
My
a
mic is
tavern
so
that doesn't seem to operate at night is probably doomed to fail.
That's also true. Okay, here we go. So, the walls are peeling, mold festering in plain sight, and the floorboards are deeply stained with years of spilled ale that line everywhere. The sign outside seems to be worn and withered, fallen to ruin, but it seems to have once upon a time said, "Oh, my mic is too quiet." Okay, let me boost that up a little bit. Okay, how's that? Better? Yeah? Okay, good.
You've been fine for us, so.
Okay, cool. I'll adjust. That's fine. Okay, so outside you see a sign that once upon a time read, "Lucky Larry and Sons." It has, however, since been dismantled and grown. Once you open and find your way in, there is almost no one here. You could almost swear this place looks more like a museum than it does a actual tavern. Behind the counter, there's a withered and rather skinny man wearing a patchwork robe with various floral patterns on it, as well as a dish rag kind of looking thing over the top of his head. He is quietly sweeping the floor behind the counter when he sees you. Larry turns his attention to you. Visitors, is it? Well, welcome. I'd tell you to make yourself comfortable, but there's not much point in that now. What can I get for you?
Larry, I take it?
That would be me.
Ah, your friend, Abelina, sent us. Looks like you are absolutely flat out here, so we'll be taking whatever room you have left, and obviously paying a premium for it. It's totally fine.
Oh, we always have room for guests, especially ones who are so well traveled. It's good to see such warm and smiling faces here. Come, let me show you to some of our best rooms. He leads you upstairs to a series of guest rooms. However, again, they are in some measure of an untidy and unkempt state. Furnished with straw beds that are held together by wooden planks very haphazardly nailed together. Each one has almost like a lidless crate one would use to carry milk bottles as a makeshift storage facility. There's also a crude desk, likely salvaged, with unbalanced chairs and table legs. Oh, don't mind the room. It's the best room in the building. Beds stuffed with extra homegrown straw. I heard that some other places use wool and cotton. No idea how they're able to afford such luxuries, but here we're a hearty people.
As good a room as I've seen in any city, and in fact, straw suits me just fine. I prefer the hardness and the slight pointy bits in my back when I sleep.
He smiles and shows you all to similar rooms as well.
What does he charge for these rooms as well?
Let's see. He charges. He charges 1 copper a night.
That's very cheap.
Awesome.
They don't
I-
give a lot of
Guys.
Name up
visitors.
front.
Guys,
Yep.
I only have buttons.
Ah,
Don't worry, Viv, I got you.
Oh, thank you.
Larry, I've heard a disturbing rumor. Will it be lights out after sundown?
Oh, yes. I'm afraid it is lights out after sundown. Here's a picture of Larry, by the way.
Oh, Larry.
Yes, I'm afraid. We observe the traditions of this village, and lights will be out shortly after sundown. Here we call it last light. My wife and I used to use candle lights and bake right up until last light. And then the whole establishment would be filled with the smell of sweet breads to accompany our resting guests until morning.
Oh, it sounds like a lovely practice. I presume we can expect a not dissimilar service this early evening.
Well, unfortunately, my late wife was more the baker than I.
I am sorry to hear of your passing, Larry.
It is okay. I mean, after all, easy come, easy go. It's still so fortunate that we still have guests that come and visit from time to time. It brings a life back to this place, fills it with life.
About what's the time as well? Or like
It's about 4 p.m.
afternoon? Okay.
by the time you get here. So you've got a good few hours before sunset.
Very well. Well, we'll take an early dinner then, if that is all possible. If you could prepare that for us, and we'll be downstairs shortly
Of
to
course.
quench our thirst. Hopefully, you have something in stock.
Oh, yes, I do. Take your time and settle in.
Thank
As soon
you.
as he's gone, I'm like, guys, this is a creepy, creepy tavern.
Also, badum. That is what the tavern looks like, for the most part.
Are you putting this in Fantasy Grounds or on Zoom?
On Zoom.
Gotcha.
I mean, I could do it on Fantasy Grounds, but you know, it takes a little bit of
Alright.
finagling.
It's alright.
Okay.
It's perfect.
Now,
I hope we don't have to be here very long because I'm afraid we'll end up like the rest of the village.
Pressed?
I'm guessing everyone is like this. They seem to have like a lack of will. That must be why they don't leave. Maybe they think they just can't. They don't have the will to leave.
And that's a great question to ask Larry.
Mm.
If he's had a recent sort of like passing close to him, maybe that would be a good way of rallying him up to answering our questions or doing something about it.
But I'll take your lead on this if you think he can provide us with any information.
And secondly, what happens if we don't turn the lights off at night? Like, is our friend Thin Man going to show his face here?
Well, I believe what they're trying to do, it sounds like, is prevent shadows. Which is where I think these creatures are attacking from.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
when you were scared you were supposed to keep the lights on.
Well, remember what Pablo said about us in the childhood nursery rhyme, which is if we hear anything happen, to blow the lantern out, hide, and curl in a ball and wait. Close your eyes, don't even look.
That doesn't sound fun.
Interesting. Well, I guess let's go see what we can find out.
I could always try and cheer him up by playing music in the back too.
In
I don't
chat,
know.
Jen says, Aelith would say,
Leave
let's
your
help him
hat
around
on.
the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Jen said in chat, Aelith would say, let's help around the tavern.
We'll clean it up a bit. Yeah, we could do that too.
We might not have enough time today, but I'm sure if we helped baking some things and singing some songs, Seni, you're good at that, I hear. We could probably get some laughter going here again. Maybe not tonight, but tomorrow.
Well, sure, yeah. Maybe get some attraction in.
Yeah. Happy people are easy to talk to.
Sounds good to me.
All right, but I'm parched.
So, you head downstairs, where in which there is a table with some menus. You can see them there, which are on my map, which I'm going to just disappear for a moment so you can take a nice good look at it. So, on the menu, you have bread and butter for 2 copper pieces, a rice gruel for 4 copper pieces, boiled cabbage for 3 copper pieces, 3 bean soup for 3 copper pieces, corn and oat porridge for 4 copper pieces, the daily soup for 4 silver pieces. As for cocktails, they have wet ale for 2 copper, grog for 4 copper, green mead for 6 copper, and poor lemon tree for 3 copper pieces. I can describe more about these dishes if you order them, but yes.
Considering the soup actually costs money, I'll probably go for that. There might be real ingredients in that.
Yeah, I think the soup and the bread sounds lovely. Get some warmth in here.
Absolutely. And I'm sure a wet ale is just the opposite of like a dry ale, right? So
I don't know. I wonder
Be
what
well
a poor
watered down.
lemon tree is. What is that?
All right. Larry comes in and
Right.
you place your various orders. Is everyone getting an order of the soup?
I'm gonna do
yes.
the bread and butter.
Getting the bread and butter?
Yes, soup,
Yeah, you don't need.
soup would not go well for you.
Yeah, I'm doing the bread and butter. That at least that'll stick.
Right.
So I can
So-
like stick it to me insides.
What gets brought before you is a loaf of stale wheat bread served with churned soft butter. The bread itself is very dry, almost like a rye. You realize this bread's probably been there for a little while, but is not covered in mold or is unsanitary to eat. It's just not as fresh as one would, hope for it to be. As for the daily soup seems to be a ginger and carrot soup. It is loaded with buckwheat as well, and is served with, again, slices of that rather stale bread. For those of you who ordered a drink, the wet ale is served in a tall glass filled mostly with sweet ale and topped off with a simple syrup and a spritz of water. The poor lemon tree is a shot of lemon juice mixed with a shot of rum, with salt that rims the glass and a slice of candied lemon wedged into the top.
And then I'll ask if there's anything, and I'll put Monty on the table, and then have Magnus hop on the table. I'm like, if anything these two can eat.
He produces the rice gruel, but chops up a few pieces of cured ham, and serves them together.
Okay. Then I will take that off. Thank you.
He leaves and
Lashara.
returns to his. Sorry?
I was just going to say, Lashara, I fear that I'm going to have an Arseni talk with you about putting pets on the table.
I could sit at a different table.
I'm
floor is
just
kind
saying, pets on the table is not a great way of like dieting. But this is how people get sick.
Okay.
You eat your food.
Don't worry,
It
Lushar.
is-
I could join you. I can't get sick really, so.
Sure. You eat your food. It is not great. But it's super cheap, even by the food's standard. It is just dirt cheap, and you literally get what you pay for here. You do notice something, however. There doesn't seem to be any kind of chest or till that would otherwise be used for money.
Interesting.
May we see you again?
Might be somewhere else.
I think we're just. We want to see Dag's face again.
Oh, yeah, come back. Hold on. There we go. Hi.
There we go.
Eat me.
Hi.
Okay.
Larry, come join us.
He'll say, "Oh, I've got a few things to take care of before I sit down for my own meal. Things to take care of before sun sets. Please, don't worry about me. Enjoy your food."
Would you like us to help? I have already finished, so as I put my
Oh.
2 copper on the table.
Oh, well, if you would like to help, then there's a board just over by the front door. There are some tasks that need to be done around the town.
Okay.
People will often ask for help, though mostly it's charitable work.
There's a town board? Okay.
All right.
I guess I'll go look at it.
What time does the sun come down, Larry?
He looks outside and he says, about an hour or so. Now,
Very well, thank you.
Arsini, on the board you see a couple of little tattered signs. They look almost as if they were put here by children. One says, "Help wanted, garden starter. We're looking to grow fresh greens for our tavern. Inquire with Larry." Next one, "Lost dog. My pup when missing. Help find pup. Reward my coin." Signed by Timmy. "Loose chickens. My damn chickens got out." Quest giver, Farmer Todd. "Performers wanted. We want to see what you got. Go up on stage and earn a free drink." Quest giver, Larry.
Oh,
And that is all.
okay. Hey, Larry, it says here you're looking for performers?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Any day, if someone wishes to take to the stage and entertain some guests, they get a free drink.
Oh, would you like to see what I got?
Please, by all means.
They kind of flip out my violin. I run up to the stage. And then I will cast musical accompaniment. And also, I will take out my own violin and start playing with it.
All right, make a performance check.
Yeah. Haha! 23. It should be 24, I think, because musical accompaniment goes +1. So
Nice. You begin to
Yeah.
play, and as you do, it is a great tune. Everyone in the group finds it very entertaining, and there is a cheer that comes around. You are entitled to your free drink, and as Larry gathers up the Larry gathers up all the plates and stuff like that, he says, "How did you find the food? Only the best for my guests, or at least would be the case if I knew how to use any of this stuff well. My son knew all the names of the spices and things when he passed. I tried to make the soup using the same spices. Well, it turns out I don't very much like spices." He moves and goes back to the kitchen. With the dishes.
And when he goes, I will, well, anyone want a free drink?
Lushara just points to Bill.
I just
Yeah.
slide it over to Bill.
Yeah. I was going to say, just before he's getting ready to put the lights out, Bill will basically line up a large stack of drinks. Even say to Larry, saying, "Don't mind if lights go out. Not the first time I've been drinking in the darkness."
No problem.
Arsini,
Just be.
do you keep playing, or are you done for the night?
Well, I mean, when we're supposed to be done and shut the lights off, I'll be done for sure. I'll go back up to my room.
Well, like I said, there's still about like half an hour ish.
Oh, then yeah, I'll keep playing.
All right, as you do, Neil,
Hmm.
your mind begins to wander, and the words to a song you don't know suddenly appear in your mind.
Ooh.
I will send them to you, and I would like for you to do your best to
Dang it.
perform.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
All right, one
And let me
moment.
move Discord so I can at least see.
It is in Discord.
No, I know. I want to keep zoom up so I can see it better. Bound by blood, by sweat, by tears, for Larry shall live 10,000 years. Those who seek to set him free, they shall answer soon to she. Laddie oath, body of decay, as with her body so rot shall they. Sister of the walking behemoth. Latios, Latios. Hope I
That was really
pronounced
good,
You
that
gain a hero
right.
point.
Oh, thank you.
That was
Ah,
really good,
six.
Neil. Well done.
Oh, thank you. Oh God.
All right.
Also, that was terrifying, Dag. What was that? What was that, Dag? Dag, what was that?
Nothing. To read it out again for the audience at home. Bound by blood, by sweat, by tears, poor Larry shall live 10,000 years. Those who seek to set him free, they shall answer soon to see she. Ladder Yeoth, body of decay, as with her body so rot shall they. Sister of the walking behemoth, Ladioth, Ladioth.
Lushar does not like this song. She's like,
No, you can
"It's
ask.
very
You can ask.
disturbing."
You can ask him
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Arsenio, where'd you get that one from?
Yeah.
As he kind of like blinks and like, what the? I don't know that one.
Are you all right?
I don't know. And then Arsenio will just sit kind of on the stage, just kind of sit down and try to think of where he might have heard that from before, even though it's kind of coming to a blank.
All right. You again have no idea, but as you go to sit down, you hear a crash coming from the kitchen.
Oh shit!
Sounds like Larry.
Bell would eventually go and check because I'm guessing we've only seen him as the cook, server, and everyone else in here being a one-man army.
Yeah, it's basically just him in the tavern.
Yep. Bell would go and check to make sure he's okay and not injured himself.
As you rush to the kitchen, you could see that there is a fire that has broken out and slowly crept up the side of the wall here. You could see that Larry has fallen down with pots and pans now burying him. You could see a rack of knives that is hung precariously above the station which he has collapsed under. And you could see that the swaying of his crash is suddenly loosing said blades from their sheath as they fall, colliding with the table, and then all very slowly tipping over the edge, pointed downwards. Bilrata?
Immediately grab Larry by the scruff of the neck and try and yank him out as fast as I can.
Make a strength, an athletics check, please. As you grab him by the neck and you yank him backwards.
Do.
All right, with a 22, you grab onto him and you yank him backwards. You hear as the knives collide with the ground as they embed in the floorboards. Neil, you've also been provided a natural 20 from your adoring public. Christina donating a natural 20. I think very well done.
Yeah, thank you, Christina.
All right. And you know what? I'm going to add to that because I think you did an extra good job. Not only do you get the hero point, not only do you get Christina's nat 20, but on behalf of those in our audience who are lurking and loving, you will also get an advantage on your next D20 roll.
Ooh, okay.
So we're going to give you that as well.
Thank you, guys.
Also remembering that from Scott is Dakota, I believe we
that was
have
an inspiration for
Viv.
Viv.
Yeah, we have Viv also has an inspiration. So remember, your next nat 20 is also in that. Your next D20 roll is also at advantage. Okay.
Yep.
Now,
and we still have that insight bonus from 2 weeks ago that we never used from Little Fox.
I was about to say,
yeah, that's true. So, Larry says, "Oh, thank you. Thank you. Please help me up." He sort of stands, and as he does, he seems to go over to the sink to go get a rag to soak in water to put out the fire.
Yep.
As he does so, he wets the cloth, but the tap stops working, and there's no water coming out of the faucet that's here. Oh no!
I'll shout out to the rest of the group saying, "Can any of you lot make water on demand?"
Yeah, Neil.
I mean-
Does anyone have the ability to create water?
Shut up! Right now.
Do you like the setup for that one, Neil?
Lushar will come in and be like,
Mhm.
"Oh dear." Larry, do you have another source of water?
Oh, yes, outside the troughs.
Okay. And then Lushar will look for a bowl or a bucket or something so she can go fill it up.
You do indeed find a bucket. As you rush outwards with said bucket, you will return with it filled with some rather murky-looking water, but water nonetheless. Does anyone do anything to help with the fire at all?
I can eat fire.
I mean,
You'll have to explain that.
yeah, are
might,
you hungry?
And ingest fire, making it less harmful to me. So I might be good on the front line as a firefighter, trying to
You can
throw
eat
a
fire,
blanket
as
over
in
it.
you can take fire damage.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
it's a
Sorry.
cantrip,
Yep.
eating fire.
Oh, eating fire, the cantrip. All right. Well, do you want to read out? See, that's what we mean when we say you need to explain this.
Okay. You consume and ingest fire, making it less harmful to you. You gain resistance 5 fire damage until the end of the turn. I can belch smoke afterwards. And how big is this fire? Like,
It's not too big, but yeah, no, I think with that spell, you walk up to it and begin to cast your cantrip. In doing so, you take a deep breath and you watch as the fire siphons into your mouth and fills your gut, and eventually you have that big sort of black smoke coming out of your nose. As Lushara then returns with the water, the fire itself, the open flames are now gone, but obviously the wood and the cinders are still quite hot and still have that bright red look to it. So quickly throwing the water before it can spread or catch on to anything else, you douse the flames. Larry seems very
I'm gonna
relieved.
run to the window and then like belch smoke
The
out.
flames out. Smoke.
All right. You rush
Nice.
over as quickly as you can to the edge, and you open it up, and
Blah.
that's what you got.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This is a better one than that. There we go.
Okay,
Done.
great. The smoke will last for a minute if it's relevant, but I don't expect it is.
Yeah, it's fine. All right. At this point, it is coming close to sundown. And, oh no, who died?
Willis Nick.
Nick! Oh no.
Oh no.
That is okay. Hopefully Nick will return momentarily.
Yeah, so if it's getting close to sundown, Bill will line up a few drinks, a few that we kills, say, "I'll drink them in, but I'm going to help you out sort this mess out first. I imagine you might want some help doing some of this in darkness,
Oh, yes,
if you don't want the
please.
light on."
Yes, that would be most helpful. Thank you.
Yeah.
You begin to go around.
For the rest of the,
Oh, yeah,
I was going
sorry,
to say, for the rest of the party, this is Bill trying to get a reason to stay downstairs to watch, in case anything happens for the first few hours as everyone rests.
Hmm.
So I'm effectively in the main
Lushara's
room.
gonna
rather than
kind
in the-
of help a little bit, but go like, this sort of happen a lot to you? I mean, it seemed like a whole lot at once. Like your water went out, knives tried to get you. I mean, is the inn normally so dangerous?
Well, he seems a little bit nervous answering the question. He seems to look around, and as he does, you watch as Bill Retire is putting out various candle lights, some of the candles on their own suddenly flicker and turn off. It's nothing. Just old houses, accidents happen after all.
Sure. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. Never better. Nothing keeps old Larry down.
Hmm.
As
Okay.
he goes to leave, Lashara, Arsini, Viv, and Elink, because I presume you guys are still in the kitchen as Bilratar is going and helping turn off the lanterns.
Sure thing.
Everything happening right now is very weird.
Hmm.
Arseni cast detect magic. I just want to know if it feels like there's magic around.
Sure.
Not
Yeah, there's
like
magic.
within the group.
There's
Not within like the group, but yeah.
There's magic everywhere, more or less. Is no one gonna make a
Okay.
perception check?
Yeah,
No?
I'll make one.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't hear that part. I just heard, are these characters?
Oh, yeah, I
Oh!
didn't hear perception check.
Sorry, those people make a perception check, please. Maybe I didn't say it.
Ah.
Maybe it was just in the back of my head.
It's okay, it happens.
And do.
All right.
Let's see it. That's good. Does this apply to me as I'm turning the lanterns out in the other room?
Yes. Yeah. This doesn't apply to you. All right.
This does or doesn't?
Does not.
Okay.
Okay. So, Elink, Viv, Lashara, and Arsini, all of you, notice that as everyone's moving around, stuff like that, several of the knives are very deeply coated in blood.
Ugh.
The ones that were on the floor. As if they had actually found purchase and stabbed something and then been pulled out. And we're talking like maybe 4 or 5 inches deep on each of the knives. However, there's blood on the floor, there's blood on the knives, but you look at Larry and Larry looks fine. He's like walking, he's he's completely unfazed or uninjured. He's just putting out, the lanterns.
It's
So did
trying
the
to, like,
knives land into the floorboards?
You believe so?
yeah, Viv is trying to, while Larry is distracted, just pick up one of the knives.
You do?
Does it react
may-
at all?
No, you can have a knife. You have a very sharp kitchen knife. You may add to your character sheet.
A bloody sharp knife?
Pardon?
Maybe, yeah, I don't want to keep it. I don't think I want to keep that.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
It's still bloody?
Is the
Yeah.
blood fresh?
Okay, that's pretty creepy.
Do you check the blood?
Do we want to
Yeah,
investigate it,
I wanna
or, like,
check
do
the
I put it
blood.
back down? Yeah,
You
okay,
check the
okay.
blood. The blood is fresh. Very fresh.
I'm gonna look at the floor. Does it seem like the blood is coming up from the floorboards?
No, it does not.
Like it's seeping out? Okay.
Hmm.
Oh,
Larry, come here. I think you might have taken a bit of a fall. I'm just gonna. Do you mind if I just have a quick look over you?
Larry says, no, not much time. I'm afraid I have to. We have to do the lanterns and turn off all the lights.
Oh, there's plenty of us who can do that. Come over, sit down for a moment, Larry. Everybody else, if you turn off all the lights, I'm sure that'll put
Sure.
Larry at ease. No,
All right.
come.
He kind of sees you all doing it and kind of puts him a little bit at ease. He then sort of, okay. He says, but I'm fine. I promise you, I'm. And he sits down.
Just gonna make sure you haven't hit your head pretty hard or something.
And he kind of lowers his head for you to inspect.
I'll try and give him an all-round assertion.
He looks fine.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yep. There's not even a scratch or a drop of blood on his clothing.
How does he react to maybe a detect magic?
He himself is not magical, but there's a powerful magic occult source sense coming from everywhere.
Oh. Okay. I think
Alan, can I get you to make me a perception check, please?
perception. Absolutely.
Oh.
No.
Pretty good considering you rolled a 4.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Oh yeah, damn.
Alright.
Just
No,
know-
that's fine. Yeah, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary.
Hmm. And
Okay,
then
you're looking good, Larry. I'd probably take it easy tonight, though. So sleep well and drink plenty of water. You seem a little dehydrated.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Thank you. He sort of looks at you and sort of smiles before going back. Now, you guys all do manage to successfully put out the various lights before sundown. It is now pitch dark. And there is a quiet, save for the crickets that chirp in the distance. As you are led to kind of like the... It's kind of like the, I guess, the sitting room. It's kind of like the general area that connects all of the guest rooms together. He says, "I'd like to spend some nights here in this room. It reminds me of the early days when our tavern first opened. Back when I was a much thinner man." He sort of gestures towards like kind of this very dimly, very barely moonlit portrait of himself. Honestly, he just looks incredibly thin in all the photos. You also see, however, that he is there with his wife, a woman bearing the resemblance of the victim of the attack with the Gorgas, and a young lad bearing their resemblance, probably about maybe 12 years old. There's also a series of drawing, like kind of children's drawings that have been sort of stuck on the bottom of the portrait.
In the early days,
drawings.
did you keep the lights
yeah, I
on?
want to look at the drawings. Yeah.
Oh yes, back when we first opened the tavern, it was filled with laughter and joy. My family and I, we had much and asked for so little.
When did you open up, Larry?
Can't remember. A few years now. Just after young Seamus was born. After young Timmy was born. No, Jericho, that was his name. I knew that. Timmy was the boy that was looking for his dog. Yeah.
Stan. Kidding.
And how old? How would Jericho be these days?
Oh, doesn't matter how old he gets, he's always going to be 12 in my eyes.
Lushara will lean into Link like, I thought he said his son was gone? Just kind of say it real soft because she doesn't want to alert Larry. Like, I thought he said his son had passed.
It's a metaphor, I'm sure.
Well,
I think Viv and I wanted to look at the drawings, the children's drawings.
The children's drawings are of family scenes of them at the tavern, them with the them sort of in the town meeting people. But you notice that there is, as you look through the pictures, another layer of them underneath, and you notice that there's kind of like this black smudge that suddenly appears in some of these drawings. The smudge begins to slowly get bigger and bigger, until the whole picture is like just a big black smudge. save for one small dot of white that is remaining. You feel your eye drawn to the dot, and you see words start to appear in front of you, Lushara, as you stare almost too deeply into the void. And I'm going to send you something on Discord, and you may choose to read it or not. It will be up to you.
Larry, where can we find Aberina? Was that her name?
Oh,
Yeah.
the alderman.
Abelina.
This time of day, she'll be right where she belongs. Asleep in bed.
I'm sure, but tomorrow, we just have some questions for her.
Oh, yes. Center of town. The roses out the front.
Thanks, Larry.
Oh, you're very
Oh,
welcome.
I'm getting tired. Oh.
Well, let me not keep.
Oh.
Well, let me not keep you and your friends up.
Larry?
Hmm.
The sign out front said Larry and Sons. I think. Do you have more than one kid?
Larry says, yeah. Yes. Frederick, Jacob, Jericho, my youngest, and Luna, my daughter. All of which are depicted in the portraits.
Are all of them gone?
He looks up at the portrait and says, I'm afraid so. But it's okay. After all, this place is not all that hard to maintain. And with guests like yourself, it's always truly a pleasure to serve. Now, get some sleep. I'm sure by the morning, you'll be hungry again, and I'll ensure the kitchen is stocked up with some of your favorites. And
Fresh bread.
He pauses when you say fresh bread, but we'll leave.
I think you find Lushara still staring off into space. She's just not focused. And
So do
just
we
starts
really
speaking to herself, just whispering something.
Are you okay, Lushara?
And then she just seems really unfocused, like her gaze seems unfocused, and she's just whispering. And then will snap out of it and just kind of shake her head and like, that was strange.
Are you okay?
Yeah, this whole thing is strange, Lushara. Oh my gosh.
Also,
I-
I still have the knife I took while I wasn't looking. Should I put that down now?
You've been
Yes.
holding
I
that this whole
don't
time.
know. Yeah,
I thought it was
just
evidence. That's what detectives do, right? They have evidence. Is this not evidence we need? Do I put the knife down? I'll take that as a yes.
Arsini.
I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah, you should put the knife down. Yes, for sure. Arsini, the song you sing, You said you didn't know it? It was just in your head?
Yeah, it just came to me while I was playing my own thing. That was really strange.
I think I just had something similar. Let me see. It was saved by tears, by blood, by sweat, sweet Larry is relieved of his debt. Those who sought to set him free, they won the game and let him see. Lodlioff, release control and make sweet Larry Baker whole. Lodlioff, release the child wrapped in cloth.
As soon as you say that,
Oh no.
Oh, we're killing poor Larry. Oh, no.
Or we've just
upstairs-
invoked some curse. Jesus.
Upstairs, you suddenly hear. Okay, I don't think I've got this, and I'm kind of almost glad that I don't. But you hear the sounds of a baby crying coming from upstairs.
Lushara has this look of like, we really shouldn't go, but she'll start heading upstairs.
We absolutely should go. There's a child upstairs.
She's just like, oh, this is not good. But she's gonna go.
Yeah, head off in the direction of the child.
All right.
Mhm.
It is difficult to navigate in the dark. It is still pitch black. Make a survival check.
Uh,
The
If it's
dwarves
pitch black,
are fine.
Oh. I was going to say, if it's pitch black, Bill would offer to lead and put people's hands on the shoulder, help
Mhm.
guide.
Yeah, I
Alright.
can see in
Mhm.
low light, not dark. Complete pitch.
Sweet.
Okay,
All right.
survival.
If you're offering, then sure enough, you lay your hands upon one another and begin
Mhm.
to follow until you come.
Remember, some people have inspiration.
Yes, of course. Well, you don't need to use your survival check at this point, then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you're being
Cool.
navigated.
Oh, because we're being led. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Now,
Phew, thanks.
you come to what looks to be a large and twisted stairwell leading upwards to a door that appears to be locked at the top of this wooden staircase. The crying seems to have subsided for the time being.
It's not creepy.
So we don't know which. Is there a bunch of doors up here, or
Just a door.
not that I can see? Oh, okay.
Is there like a keyhole?
There is a keyhole.
Can I try and look through the keyhole? Or I'd like to put my eye to it and see what I see through it.
And as
see-
Ellen goes to do that, Bill puts his hand on the floor to try and feel if there's a pile of dust just beneath the door. See if it's a well-trodden area.
Okay, you see. Alright, I just need to find out which room that is.
Oh, sorry, Bill Retire. That was me. That's. I'm so nervous. I've just been.
Well, I'm
conquering
assuming
dust
because
during
your
this
hands
quest.
were on my back, I was leading, and the two, Alec and myself, were at the
I
front.
just- yeah.
Just
Okay, here you go.
dusting all over us as we walk.
You see
It's coughing up dust. because
You
I'm
see
so
an
nervous.
old and sort of packed up series of rooms that you may believe were once children's rooms. A pink wooden crib covered in a white cloth. Starry wallpaper peeling off the wall and decaying. 2 rocking chairs facing the crib. A window with pink drapes. A pair of footlockers with various children's toys. A painting that seems to have been moved ever so slightly. Of Larry, his wife, and his children. Though it seems as though the woman in the painting, likely Larry's wife, is holding on to a black smudge of some kind.
Oh, man.
How many children are in the portrait?
3 boys,
4?
1 girl.
And
Well,
a girl.
the girl
Right.
is the one whose face is smudged.
Oh. That was Luna. And how old
Oh.
would the smudged face child? I
Infant,
mean,
barely, just born kind of
okay.
thing.
That must be the crying we heard.
All right. Yeah. Okay. This looks like a kid's room. And it seems like our the young girl, the babe that they had, Luna. Her face appears to be smudged in another portrait in there. Larry didn't say he had any of his children alive. So maybe he's preserving this room, but like we all heard a baby crying, didn't we?
Yep.
Are we going in?
Uh,
Lushara's just holding on to 2 animals going, are we going in? She is freaked out.
maybe tomorrow morning. Maybe not at night. Maybe we retire and I don't know, not sleep too much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm going to sleep well.
Bell will mention the fact he's basically going to take watch for the first few hours while he finishes his drinks. So he can rest well for the first few hours.
All right.
Maybe
He doesn't
we
know if
should
someone wants to take over from the watch
double up.
afterward.
Maybe we should double up. I kind of don't know if we should sleep alone or be
Hey,
on
Asani,
watch
you're a
alone.
skeleton. Do you sleep?
I mean, I don't sleep. What is it?
You
There's-
meditate or the equivalent of that, isn't it?
Yeah. It's called. I don't actually know what it's called. I'm trying to look it up on my rules and abilities stuff for my one thing. Survival maybe. Nope. Yeah, it doesn't say. Maybe I do, or meditate or something, or just kind of animate and just sit there. I don't know. I did it the other night. I guess I technically slept.
Dag, looking around, is there like a nook or a cranny in the walls or something? Something where I might be able to put a small or a tiny sort of creature?
You need to give me the whole idea before I can tell you yes or no.
So I have a little leshy, and I'm hoping to. It looks like a plant, and I'm hoping to put it sort of, in a wall crevice or just in a place that makes it look maybe a little more natural. And I'd like it to effectively keep an eye out on what happens here, and in the morning I will retrieve it and communicate with it.
Yeah, it's not a problem. You find a small surreptitious place to place it, and it will just chill there until the morning.
All right, pumpkin.
You all rest, taking shifts to keep a weather eye on one another. In the morning, your Leshy is gone.
Do I feel a severed connection?
Yes.
And I woke up like that.
Yeah. As for everyone else, it is daytime. The sun is out. The house is well illuminated. It still looks very worn down and decrepit, rotten, decayed in many places, but otherwise, it's still exactly as you recall.
All right. Well, my little my plant friend is gone. At some point during the night, my connection with Pumpkin has been severed, and I can no longer feel it.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Sorry, this is me as a player thinking it'd be so funny if the morning breakfast is pumpkin stew.
Oh,
Oh,
You revealed
no.
it. Dad
Roll
was
a
just about to
roll
do
a
the great
percentage.
reveal and you ruined it.
Well, now you.
To be
now it's
clear,
clear.
Pumpkin's only its name, but that would be
God.
28, it is definitely pumpkin soup.
not going to think too hard about that.
Yeah, you also realize there's no
Do we have
pumpkin in the
fresh bread?
pumpkin soup.
Wait, we find pumpkin in the pumpkin soup?
No, there's no pumpkin
There's
in
no
the pumpkin soup.
pumpkin in the pumpkin soup.
Oh no.
It's just water.
Is there fresh bread?
No.
Okay.
Where's Larry?
Larry is
yeah.
getting ready to start the day and is sweeping up, and is
Okay,
preparing to serve people. Everyone can make me a perception check as
at
well
least.
as you go up to.
All right. Perception check.
Oh, that was almost another nat 20. But
Oh,
those are two.
All right, everyone except
Lushara
for
way too
Arsini
freaked
and
out.
Lushara. You notice that the burn marks from yesterday are now gone, completely disappeared, as well as the blood stains, the damage from the floorboards, and the knives are all stacked and placed as they were when they were nice and tidy. Larry
And
sees
I'm
you all,
guessing on,
wishes you good morning.
I was going to say, and I'm guessing on the way down, we'd have
Morning.
gone through that common room. I'm guessing the portraits don't look as smudged and all that as when we were there with the lights out last night.
No, they seem exactly the same.
Still with smudges.
Larry, do you have other guests?
The guests? No, you're the only guests we have here today. Well, for a little while now, actually. But, well, as I said, we're happy to have you.
We heard a baby
Thank you.
cry
I
last
just
night.
swear I heard a baby crying.
A baby crying? It must have been
It
your
sounded like it
imagination.
was coming from within the tavern.
No, wouldn't have come from inside the tavern. Perhaps you heard a squeaky window or a hinge.
Of course.
Tricks of the mind. Makes fools of us all.
Perception check on him. Because I know there's no insight. Or if I can. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, is
Larry,
he lying to us?
You can kind of tell that Larry is deflecting for sure. He's not trying to deceive you in any particular way, but he's definitely trying to avoid straight answers and, getting the questions and stuff like that.
Maybe we should go see Abelina.
Yeah. Thank you for the food, Larry.
We'll be back.
Can I
Keep
just
those
ask-
food
waiting
in
for
my
us.
illusionary mouth.
Thank you.
Can I just ask the group before we all head out? Do we want to use that banked insight bonus to see if we're missing something?
Sure.
Yeah, good idea.
All right. The banked insight bonus. The poems that get read. Anyone who wishes to may make an occultism check.
All right.
Why not? Dang.
Oh!
Oh my god! Not rolling well today.
Yeah, sure. I'll try.
All right.
I have a -1, but whatever. Oh! 19
Well.
though.
Bilratar and Arseni, for whatever reason, the two of you have come across the concept of pact magic in your time. making deals with devils or making wishes with genies, something in which a elder patron of some kind has taken an interest in a person of the mortal realm. The words that were spoken, I will read them out again for our chat, especially the people who have just joined in. Bound by blood, by sweat, by tears, poor Larry shall live 10,000 years. Those who seek to set him free, they shall answer soon to she. Ladaioth, body of decay, as with her body, so rot shall they. Sister of the walking behemoth, Ladaioth, Ladaioth. And the second poem, saved by tears, by blood, by sweat, sweet Larry is relieved of his debt. Those who sought to set him free, they've won the game and let him see. Ladaioth, release control, and make sweet Larry Baker whole. Ladaioth, Ladaioth, release the child wrapped in cloth.
Oh.
I rolled a 1. What do I think?
You think you need to go into the garden and take on that job to actually start farming vegetables for this place. If they can't afford bread, you definitely need them to have vegetables on hand.
I mean,
Our Sunny is
I'm a
starting
druid.
to get
I'm good at this.
what's going on, I think. Because
So again, your inside bonus here is pact magic is involved here. The first verse outlines the parameters of the pact. The second verse, which was taken from the children's drawing, is breaking the curse or breaking the pact.
Okay. So he's under the pact, and the other verse is how to break the pact.
Correct.
I think, yeah.
Do you
See,
think
Arsenie's, I think he's actually past that. No, because the first verse was how he got into it. The second verse sounds like he's no longer in that pact. But the reason he got into that pact was maybe he had to give something up to get out of it.
Right? His entire family?
Maybe. And then he just
Or
thinks
or
they're
the
still
daughter.
alive.
Or the daughter, that's why her picture's
Yeah.
always smudged. It's probably where Bill's head is as soon as he starts thinking about the pat magic. The daughter is probably sacrificed.
And the one he made the pact was one with Ladaioth.
Do you guys think cilantro tastes like soap?
What?
I mean, like, do you like cilantro?
I mean,
I mean, I liked cilantro and I could
Sometimes?
taste it.
sometimes.
I wonder if Larry likes cilantro.
I mean, he said he didn't like
Does
the
anyone-
spices.
It's a herb. It's not a spice.
Does anyone here know anything about the gods?
Sorry, what are we talking
Or
about?
I'm wondering if Ladaioth
Do
sounds
we-
familiar.
Do we know who? Yeah, it is. Do we
Is that
know or have
kind of
heard
herb?
of Ladioth before? No.
Make
Before
an
now.
occultism check.
Okay.
Try, but nope.
All right.
Remember, you've got that inspiration.
I got.
Neil.
I have a 22.
Oh yeah, I should have rolled down the other one, but yeah, that was that.
You can
20.
roll that disadvantage.
So yeah, I will roll the disadvantage.
Dag, can I make a nature check to know if that's a herb?
9.
If cilantro is a herb,
No, if Ladioth is a herb.
it is not a herb.
Not a herb, okay. Maybe it's a spice.
Elink has got very focused right now.
Yes, the hyper focus is kicked in.
What? What are we? What are y'all talking about?
All right.
Cilantro.
Unfortunately, none of you have heard of Latios before. And ginger is a
Okay.
root.
Okay.
Ginger is a root. He's okay with ginger. Maybe it's not that he like can't handle the spice. Probably very hard to convince.
It's 8 nature check. Slash.
I was just like, why is Elling stuck on this spice versus herbs? And
Uh,
are you still hungry, Elling?
Oh,
there's
always.
plenty of bread.
I mean,
Anyway.
you're very focused right now.
You want to see Abelina?
Yeah, we should go ask her what's going on.
Sure.
Maybe she'll know about this Letioth.
Yeah, she might have some great cuttings.
And also, if she knows
Good
about
idea.
Luna, it's very strange that it's always her picture that's blurred.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah, can we head to near the center of town, rose bushes?
Sure. You leave behind the tavern.
Goodbye, Larry.
Bye.
You sound happier. That's good.
He tried to always sound happy, but he was,
mm,
All right. Let's see.
You tried to always sound happy.
All right. Out in the farmland, you can see that there are a number of people working hard as farmers, basically doing whatever they can to try and be busy around the town. It does not take you long before you find Abelina.
Morning.
Hey, good morning. It is good to see that you are all well rested. I trust that Larry's was accommodating.
Oh, yes.
Apologies that we do not have much more to offer. We do not often receive travelers.
That's okay.
It was perfectly adequate. Thank you. As fine as any place that I've been to in any greater or bigger city.
I'm sure Larry would love to hear this.
Yeah, speaking of Larry, by the way, while we're on the subject, what's his aversion to spices, really?
I don't entirely know.
That's fair.
Larry was always a quiet, private man. Even... Ooh, that became very epic. Hold on 1 second. Chill. There we go. Okay. Larry was always a private man. His wife was the more beloved around town. Everyone was very shocked to see her fall victim to one of the dreadful creatures upon the road. Larry never really truly recovered since. Odd still, he shut himself away more than we'd expected. He has not left the tavern since his wife passed. Not for anything. Even to buy produce and food. Many are worried about him. But he still accepts guests. With an open heart and warm hearth.
Have the creatures around here that have been attacking anyone been showing any signs of like intelligence or like?
Alas, those who have encountered them have rarely survived.
The one
how
we
long ago
encountered was-
did Larry lose his wife?
Larry's wife was the victim from a couple weeks back.
Couple weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The creature that we encountered before you came to us, it was talking.
The creature you encountered was talking.
The biggest.
Oh, the Barghest.
The biggest, yes.
I see.
Blip.
Blip time,
Yep.
blip time. It is time for blips.
Blip, blip,
Blips on blips on blips
blip,
on
blip,
my
blip,
stream.
blip, blip. Blip, blip.
Are we off blip?
Hold your back.
Okay, yay.
It started when you started the blip song.
Nice.
Nice.
Um,
Nice.
Abelina, do you know a Timmy?
Yes, he's a young boy who, I believe, lives with his mother, who keeps pigs.
And whereabouts is this?
She
Oh,
points to the
I'm sorry,
southern side
Elink.
of the town.
Thank you.
Avelina, do you know how long ago that Larry lost his daughter, Luna?
She says, I don't know exactly when, but for as long as I've known Larry, he's not. He's been mourning.
How long have you known Larry?
Oh, about 20, 30 years now.
He couldn't seem to remember when he opened the tavern, but seemed to think it was just a few years ago.
Yes, that
Is
sounds
that your
about right.
understanding?
Yes.
Okay.
So what was he doing before he opened the tavern?
Well, he was a resident at the town. His family grew barley and wheat. Till, of course, they moved further away from the wild woods.
So where does it? So we're, as we mentioned yesterday, we are trying to get information about the Thin Man. Following the trail of stories, seem to be centered around here. Has anyone recently seen him?
Oh, yes. It's not hard. Almost every night. If you look out your window, often you'll see shadows dancing and playing in the streets.
I see.
Is that easy to find out?
And that's been every night for the last 30 years?
Yes.
Must be hard making a living in a town such as this.
It is difficult. We do tend to look after our own, though.
Why do you stay?
Well, it is our home. Many of us were born here on these very lands. And stories of how many years ago these lands were rich, verdant, and fertile. We all have hope that one day these lands will once again be prosperous. Some have surely given up and left for other places. But some, like myself, still believe that whatever affliction plagues these lands will one day lift.
Have you ever heard of the name Letioth?
No, can't say that I have.
Okay. Maybe Letioth isn't a person and it's like a thing. I don't know.
So with the woods, do you guys ever go in there?
With
Or
the woods?
do you? Yeah.
On occasion, but very rarely. The creatures, they lurk
Alright.
within the woods and the shadows that dwell within. We do not go unless we must. Save for, well, the alderman, myself, and a few of the gatherers, those who seek medicines and herbs that we require for the town. I must urge you,
And
stay away from the northern woods.
Why is that?
The northern woods are fraught with many dangers. The shadow creatures that lurk there are a lot more aggressive than the ones that have been attacking the trader camps. Whereas infrequent attacks are things that we are vigilant against, the disappearances in the woods to the north are far more insidious. We'll often hear screams echoing through the winds. Often their belongings will be returned, cast back to the town with no signs of their owner, almost as if whatever creature, monster, or beast took them away were taunting us with the loss. She then starts to actually choke a little bit on her voice. She says, "My sister, she too wandered in the northern woods. It was a particularly harsh season, and we were looking for more food. Along the north, it is believed that there are some open fields, fruit orchards, chestnut trees. She was hoping to harvest some for herself, but she never returned. I remember looking out the window of my childhood home and seeing a tall figure dangling her like she was a rag doll. In the morning, all they found of her was her shoes, laying in the road."
Very
I'm
sorry to hear that.
Could you point us in the direction of the general store?
I was going to say, before that, Bill would ask if Laurie's old house coincidentally happened to be up by the northern wood. That's a question to you, Doug.
Oh, sorry, what was the question?
If Laurie's house coincidentally, before he became tavern owner, coincidentally happened to be by the northern wood on the edge.
No, it was not.
We might get some
And
answers if we go to his old place.
I'm sorry, Abilene, one last thing. Does
Mhm.
anyone know what brought on all of these shadows those hundreds of years ago?
Yes. It was at the same time that the unnubilate curse arose in these lands. The elves were forced away from Sevenarches. That same day was the first appearance of Kaneepo the Slim. The thin man had been haunting these woods ever since. We were actually very hopeful. When the unnubilate curse was lifted, and we heard rumors that the elves were once again returning to the woods, we thought perhaps this was also the end of the nightmare that plagued our forebears. But it seems as though these creatures, these Gorgas, have just become more aggressive. Attacks becoming more frequent.
Okay, question for me is from the world lore that we had at the start, wasn't the original Nubilet curse going on for much more than just 30 years?
I was 200 years.
Right. Yeah. That's what I had
Yeah.
asked hundreds of years ago what brought in all this. Yeah.
Yeah. So the
Yes.
first, so what
Okay.
she's saying is the first stories of Kaneepo date back to when the curse first showed up.
I thought you said 30 years there.
Oh, no.
No. Sorry, that was just what
Nope, all good.
caught my ear.
All right.
Kaneepo is the source of the curse.
Thank you for your time.
Sorry, Viv, do you have something to say?
I just have one more question. Do you know if anybody remembers seeing a magic gate or a portal a while back?
She gets very quiet. Can you make a diplomacy check for me, please?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, with a 25, She looks as though she is going to hold back. But then upon seeing you and the earnesty in which you are asking, she says, "The way to the north has always been a very thin curtain between the realms of our world and the realms of the Fae. We believe that once upon a time these forests were protected by the Fae, and that they had a gate within the forest. But something changed, polluted it, and we believe that this is where the shadow creatures come from. It seems as though you have no intention of leaving our town without further investigating this, so I will only give you this word of warning. No one has ever seen the Thin Lands. No one has ever returned with stories or tales of what they had perceived. But if there is a way, a path to get there, then it lies to the north."
Thank you.
You're welcome. She bows, and she will excuse herself to continue her duties as alderman of the town.
Looks like we're going north.
Okay, I just need to put this out there, guys. So, you know how there was a sign saying that Larry was looking for someone to help him out with the garden? Bear with me. Bear with me. And then Larry has served us carrot and ginger soup, despite the fact that Larry has not been outside of his tavern in over 2 weeks. I think someone's already helped him out with his garden.
I don't know that he's necessarily.
Nick, your commitment to the bit is admirable.
Yes, well, whatever's going on with Larry, perhaps he got out of his original pact, but something else seems to be happening to him further.
His vegetables keep very well in his root cellar, of course.
Is it like it keeps happening? Like something's meant to happen a specific way, and then if it doesn't happen, bad things happen? Like, do we think it just keeps going in circles? Is that why there was blood
A
on the
loop.
knives? Was he meant to get hurt?
You know what?
Hmm.
If it goes back to what we read, where he is. Ooh. Because it said that he lives for 10,000 years, right?
So, question.
Maybe he was not happy. And it says sealed by tears, sealed by blood.
So, question.
Maybe he tried to end himself because he couldn't take it.
Yeah, Bill?
Sorry.
From what we know of general pact magic, would we know if anything would be trying to claim the debt from the pact if it was broken?
You do not know anything. Like, I mean, obviously
Yeah.
this is a pact, this is the deal.
Yeah.
You're not sure if anything, like, something has been gained, something has been collected, you're not entirely sure.
No, but if the pact was broken, would we know that something would potentially try to?
Oh, it depends on what the parameters of what happens if you break the pact would
Yeah.
be, whether or not
Yeah.
that Larry be killed or things be turned inside out. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
But
We don't know if it's killed, eternal torment, or
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
However,
Hmm.
we now cut back to poor Larry in his small, rundown, rotting inn. He is sweeping in his house, past the staircase made of wood. He looks up once again at the stairs, and shadows begin to bleed out from underneath the top door, down the stairs like a waterfall of ink. Larry turns and continues his sweeping, just as the sound is once more an infant's cry breaks the silence. And that is where we're going to end today's session.
Oh.
Well done,
Such a
everyone.
good creepy note to end on.
Yeah, I hope you like it, guys.
Ooh.
Now, a full disclosure,
loving
this
this.
actual little piece of the adventure is not part of Pathfinder's Gatewalker adventure, but is in fact actually part of a different adventure, which I am truly in love with. I absolutely adore this book. It is a book called The Seeker's Guide to Twisted Taverns. It is an amazing book filled with a
yeah.
whole bunch of incredibly thematic taverns with really rich stories. And I've been in love with it for ages. And this is actually a story from one of those, a story about poor Larry and his tavern. I only inserted it here because for me, this whole area of the map is like, it's kind of like there's almost no point to it. When I read the adventure, it was like, cool, go from here to here and then you're done, right? And I was like, how boring.
Mhm.
So I decided what would be really cool is if I took the tavern, poor Larry's, put it here and added in just something to do here, something a little fun, something a bit forward. Now I will give you guys this. There is a solution to deal with this. There is also a potential TPK here because there's lots of stuff that could go wrong. Alternatively, if you do not wish to look into Larry and simply continue your research into the Kaneepo the Slim, there's going to be opportunities for that, and then you guys can leave Larry to whatever Larry's doing, and he'll be fine. I mean, I say fine loosely, but, you know, he'll be okay. You know, he is not a problem that you're necessarily in need of dealing with. But he's an interesting character and an amazing place to kind of like put like a little bit of spoopy kind of like intrigue and lore and stuff like that. Yeah. Cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you, of course,
Yeah.
to everyone who came and joined us today. Thank you to our sponsors, Hero Forge, for the wonderful artworks, Fantasy Grounds for our VTG of choice, and of course, Sirenscape for the beautiful and very creepy sound sets that we got to enjoy today. Thank you to my wonderful cast of players, all of which are Patreons, who helped me keep the lights on here at the Dead Aussie Gamer, and a super special shout out to all those people who donated to us in today's stream. Honestly, like I said, all of these donations are a very, very big part of my, being a full-time streamer and doing all of this sort of stuff. So, a huge thank you. And, again, it just comes with so much appreciation and so much love. So, yay. Thank you. We will be back on Wednesday over on Careful Cantrip for our continuation of Campaign 3. And then we will also be back that evening for Reign of Winter, which is our Pathfinder 1st Edition game. So check us out then. Friday as well is going to be our next session of a new series that we're going to be kicking off with. I haven't decided if we're going to be doing a character introduction session. It's basically be like effectively a session 0. Or if we're actually going to do character design and actual character building. So if you guys are actually curious about how to build a character, how to build a cool, robust character for an RPG system, that might be something that we do there. We might just get everyone together and be like, hey, do this. Oh, I did. And of course, guys, I did forget. If you are about in 7 hours, come check out Curse of the Crimson Throne, where I will be running a game here again on my Dead Aussie Gamer channel, because I don't sleep, and that's basically it. So there you go. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. My DAG formation for the day is quite simple. It is this. Work hard, but also play hard. Make sure you take time to remember that life is not about putting fuel in your car. It is about where you take your car on adventures while you have the time to do so. So, always be prosperous, always live well, and until we meet again, from me to you, game hard, or die trying. Bye, folks!